Hey guys, it's Celine. Yes, I am still alive. Will you believe last week I actually recorded for 40 minutes worth of a video, like a rant about something, and I ended up not even uploading it. I don't know what's going on with me and YouTube at the moment. I am in a slump. Let's just put it that way, okay? I will probably re-emerge like today. I thought, well, I just washed my hair like 2 hours ago or so, and I have been doing some hair care videos recently about my new hair approach, hair, like how I go about with my hair these days. That is in 2023, that is, because I started on this new method in January, and today is October the 2nd. Okay, so we are nearly 10 months into the new process. As it is, um, it has grown quite a bit. So my new method, okay, is this. Basically, it is doing a lot less instead of more most of the time. I have, over the course of those, so 9 months really, 9 and a bit months maybe, um, gone to washing it once every 8 days, so every Friday basically. Today is Monday. I have, occasionally also washed it a bit earlier if I felt it was getting too oily, or if for some other reason, I just wanted it to look nice, or be cleaner, or what. Um, I don't feel like I'm going to be ever to be able to wash it less than once every 8 days. That is really the maximum time span, and that is using one of these things. So this is a boar bristle brush that you can actually recognize it's boar because it has, can you see how that has like a pale brown like end to each of those strands there? You can see that fairly well, I think, in this shot. So the each of those hairs, boar hairs, so like from a wild pig, right, is dark brown, and then it gets a bit paler towards the outside. I think that's your best signal. I found brushes in regular shops that look slightly like this, but they're all plastic, and that doesn't do the same thing at all. What this does is it distributes the hair oil down towards. So I've talked about this a couple of times already. I find it really easy to do, and it works really well from, say, day 2 or 3 onwards after washing, because before that I don't need it. I can just do a regular brush. And so with one of these, like so, this is an old one. As you can see, all the pins are falling out. I bought a new one, and as soon as this one really goes, then I can just get rid of it. But that is basically your scalp massager with the pins like that. That's also plastic, but that doesn't bother as much. This when the hairs on the brush or the pins are closer together, I tend to really get massive tangles. I just get stuck in there. Okay, so the boar brush, this one, has been crucial for me but it only works, like I said, after day 2 or 3 or so, and then for 4 days maybe, and then it only works on a certain length of hair. So the more you do it, this kind of approach, the better the results get, I notice. Okay, it takes a longish time. It took me certainly 6 months for my hair to start sort of growing in volume. It's like I have way thicker, even just going like this is 3 times the amount or the number of hair strands, if you like, compared to what it used to be like. The other secret, except for washing it as little as possible, is once I have washed it, to not detangle at all until it's dry. Don't touch wet hair is like basically my mantra nowadays with hair care. So Other than that, I've been doing scalp massages with my own hair oil mixture, which is also, from the internet, olive oil with neem and rosemary these days. So like 60-70% olive, I think, and maybe 15 each of the other two. And the scalp massaging actually helps also to sort of, make it all a bit more lively in there. I feel like my hair, after these 9 months of going about it like this, my hair is really my own again, because there have been no hairdressers, obviously, involved in this whole story. I cut my own ends by about, what is that, half an inch or so, a week ago, and then before that, a month before that, and maybe before that another time, like 3 months ago or so. So very little small bits that when I feel like, okay, this is starting to look really, I would have, gone chop like this, so have a rather a neat end to my hair, except that because it's been quite a hot summer over here, I wanted to braid my hair in the nighttime. And it's better for my hair to be braided anyway. So I was in this conundrum situation for quite a while, where I was wondering whether I should just cut off all the straggly thinner, because it's way thinner down here. This is how much I used to have in terms of, this is how I was, what was over here always. And so it's gone way out, and I've got much more growth, which is nice and awesome, because I personally, and it's personal, right? It's your hair. You should do with it whatever you like, I think. It's just you should also be aware of the possibilities. And I never knew. I wanted to have hair at least as long as my mom's, and she had this plus 5 centimeters or so all her life. And she was always fighting it because she didn't have any good hair care products, or it was in the 80s, so yeah. Simply the things I have told you so far: a bit of scalp massage. I use coconut oil these days as a sort of a conditioner, also when I've just washed it like now, to make it slightly softer and slightly easier to detangle. I'm also a lot gentler with my hair than I used to be. And that has really basically come from this notion that your hair is actually not completely indestructible. If you care for it better, big surprise, it'll last longer and look better and look, more shiny and all. So if I hadn't done my little trims, I would have had those 5 centimeters probably that my mum had by now already. And not that is very hugely important. It's just a frame, just a bit of a reference point for me. Oops, that's my oven. So that's all I really had to say. I am really pleased with the result. I've got this, increase in growth. I keep going around the back like this, and each time I have like a whole handful of hair, over here and over here. And if you want your hair to grow, this is how to do it. Don't wash as often, brush and use hair oils and, stuff to massage the scalp, but basically just leave it alone as much as possible and see what happens. I think that's how rock stars, also the men in the 70s, got those huge, glorious masses of hair that they had that I was jealous of, like people like, who's that? Those Van Halen characters that I was, not that big a fan of, but still. You always saw that, why do these men have this beautiful hair? I am the same age as them, and I can't grow beyond this, I was always very wispy. So I'm very pleased with my whole process, very glad to be here. Sorry for the noises, it's the Netherlands. Drilling and prodding and poking at the countryside in general. Thank you for watching. I will yeah, maybe be back soon. I don't know where I'm going to go with my YouTube for in the coming, you know, weeks and months. I'm having hopes for the end of the retrograde season, and maybe next year if Pluto is out of Capricorn. That should be really nice and different, you know, compared to now. It's not that I'm not okay. I am perfectly okay. I just need to do a lot of backtracking and thinking about things. So that's what I've been doing. Thank you for watching, my dears. See you next time. Okay, ciao for now.